This is the interview video recording for Alison Laura Price. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Alison Price. I'm the People Advisor for Interlux Hotel Group. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
It's really nice to meet you. Oh, it's really nice to meet you. So can I get you a drink at all? Are you okay?
No, I'm okay, thank you. I've just had one.
Lovely, thank you. So, just to brief you on today's meeting, so this is an opportunity for me to just ask you a few questions, to get to know you. We're going to use a method called STAR. It helps me to understand how you've handled similar situations in the past, which can be a good indicator of how you might handle a similar situation within this role in the future. So STAR stands for Situation, Task, Action, Result and Reflect. I'll ask you to describe a situation, the tasks that you were responsible for, the actions that you took, the results you achieved, and upon reflection what you learned. So this will help us understand your thought process and your approach to problem solving. Is that okay?
Yep, that sounds fine. I am familiar with STAR, so
good. That will make life.
I think it'll be quite nice because it will give you a chance to get to know me a little bit as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, before we start, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Right. Well, my name's Tracy. I've been in a busy industry with food and beverage for 2 years. I currently work in a very busy restaurant, which involves taking reservations, serving tables, clearing tables, liaising with the kitchen, and also taking payments. So very busy restaurant.
Yeah, very busy role.
Yeah.
So that sounds like it keeps you busy. Do you enjoy it?
I really enjoy the role. I've improved with communication with customers. I've enjoyed the role, and I interact with different people. So every day is different because you've always serving different people. Customers want different things. The customer service side, so I love that. I love multitasking. I love working. I like doing the time management in the role, and working as a team. So this position that you've got available, it's sort of like feels like it's right up my street, and it would I would be able to take the skills that I have already and improve on those, and learn more and advance my role.
Absolutely, a new role is it's always challenging. It comes with a lot to learn. So you've specified in your application that the reason you wish to leave is because you like a bit more variety in your shifts. Is that right?
Yeah, at the moment we have fixed patterns, and I'd like the flexibility a little bit more. So I'd like a little bit of variety within my shifts. I do understand that you have to work as a team, and I understand that you can't always have the hours that you would like, but to have more flexible working hours would make it really a lot better for me.
Okay. Yeah, the shift pattern for this role is flexible. I will cover that in greater detail in a moment, but firstly, let me just tell you a little bit about Interlux Hotel Group. So, we're a multinational hotel chain. We've got 800 properties in 25 countries. Our hotels are based in coastal resorts and cities. Our customers that stay in our hotels in coastal resorts are mainly those on holiday and business customers. Those that stay with us in our city, they're more diverse and they're sightseers. One thing for certain though, regardless of where our hotels are based, our customers have the same high expectations when they visit us. The ability to provide good customer service, whatever the situation, can reflect on you and reflect on us as a company. So it's so important that you know what good customer service looks like. So describe an occasion to me where you've provided excellent customer service, what your approach was and exactly what you did.
There was a time, it was an evening, and a couple arrived and they gave me their name, and I looked on our reservations and I could clearly see that they weren't booked in on that evening. So obviously I remained calm, and I just said that there was a technical problem with the computer, and I said, would you mind just taking a seat? Can I just get you refreshment for a few minutes while I get the system back up? I said that I would update them like within a few minutes. So I took them to a seating area, got them both a drink. Then I went back and I got the manager who was managing that evening, and I just explained to him that it looked like a problem had arisen with a booking. And I said to him, we looked at it, we worked out which tables was coming out, we looked at where we could sit them on the fastest table. Luckily, we did have a table that was about to leave, so we quickly turned the table around, got it cleared, got it sorted, and I was able then to sit them down, apologise for the delay, and luckily it was resolved.
Oh, you took a tricky situation, you turned it around. That's a
Yeah.
really brilliant example. What did you learn from that experience?
I think the biggest thing that I learned was inside my heart was beating out of my chest, but to remain calm. So it was really. I was obviously nervous because, but we are a large restaurant. We do have a lot of covers. So I was quite confident that we'd be able to sort it out. I just needed to stay calm, think with my head. Got the manager so that we could both check that what we'd got available worked, and I was really happy with the outcome, and they was okay.
Well, I have to say that a customer willing to return after they've finding out that their reservation hadn't been made, that's quite an achievement. So I think you did extremely well there. You handled that really well. The main purpose of the role that we're recruiting for is to provide an enjoyable dining experience to our customers so that they remain loyal to our hotel brand and that they're more likely to return. The duties of the role include greeting customers professionally with a smile, ensuring that they feel really welcome, taking their orders, answering their questions that they may have about the menu. You stated in your application that you're confident at learning new menus, is that right?
Yeah, I've done that. So I'm quite confident with learning.
That's really good. I think that learning the menu is a really important part of the role. It enables you to provide a better service to the customer, and to feel more confident about answering their questions, and for you to look more competent, to be honest.
Yeah.
What are some common allergies and dietary restrictions that you are aware of?
On the allergies to nuts are really common, and they can be very severe. Celiac disease is also common. The first thing I do is ask customers if they've got allergies or any dietary restrictions. I make a note of that when they place their order. Prior to that, I do learn all the ingredients which are in all the different dishes.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody tells me that they have got an allergy to a certain food or a dietary specification, then I then sometimes I'll say, well, this dish would be fine for you, and I offer alternatives. Once between myself and the customer, we've decided what dish is best for them. I then make sure that I've written it clearly on the order, and I also talk to the kitchen, make sure that they're aware of that. And then what I do is when that food is ready and I take it out to the customer, I also at that point double check that that allergy has been adhered to whilst cooking the dish.
That's the process that we'd expect our employees to follow.
Yeah.
So it's really, really good to hear that your restaurant does the same and that you're used to that process. This role also involves collecting orders from the kitchen, delivering them to the customers' tables, preparing their bills, taking payment, various methods of payment, clearing the tables afterwards, relaying them ready for the next customer. The hourly rate is £13. We pay the last Friday of every month. It's monthly pay. The role has 28 days holiday per annum, including bank holidays.
Yeah.
We are open bank holidays, so these are not automatically given as holiday. They are kind of on a first come, first served basis. You need to discuss them with your team.
Yeah.
What we try to do is do it on a little bit of a rota system so that you're not working every one. You take it in turns. You've got to take one for the team, but your colleagues are going to take one for the team as well. We do encourage you to work together to ensure that everybody's happy with all of the hours that you're working, but equally the shifts get covered. Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds great. To be honest, that's the sort of role I want, the flexibility, working together
Teamwork.
as a team. Yeah.
In customer-facing roles, particularly within the hospitality industry, dealing with difficult customers, unfortunately, is inevitable, even if you're known for consistently delivering high quality service. So can you tell me about a time that you had to deal with a customer that was difficult and what your role was?
Yeah, we had a large group come in, and there was one of the customers within that big party was particularly very picky, and every dish and everything that we did, he wanted to amend it and change it, and he was very difficult, but I just kept calm, and I made as many modifications as I could to work around what he wanted. Obviously he was getting a little bit upset, so not because I wasn't dealing with it right, but you could see that, you know, he knew what he wanted and he couldn't see why there was a problem. But obviously working within the restaurant, they don't fully see behind the scenes of how things work and how dishes can be amended. So I made notes, went to the kitchen, I got quite a few ideas from him, went to the kitchen, worked out what we could do for him. I then went back and took some free appetizers and entrees, so that they were happy with what they, you know, so it's sort of like gave them something to eat and just calm, you know, just relax him a little bit. And I went back and said what we could do for him, and we agreed what food he wanted. I then got everybody's orders, popped that into the kitchen, and I just made specific attention. I paid a lot of attention to that when the food came out, he got what he was asking for.
So you managed to show a great level of patience in a difficult situation with a difficult customer, by the sound of it. Yeah. And what was the outcome in the end?
He was really happy that they ate all their food. You know, the whole table was happy. Obviously, at the end of the night, we got a really significant tip. And you know, also we have seen you know, the customers return back to the restaurant, so that was a win for me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good example. Thank you for explaining that. That's really good. You did win. You won on that occasion. You really did. Tell me about a time that customers complained about their food and what your approach was to that.
One I can think of is that he received a steak, and obviously steak is
cooked to you like it.
Yes, it is. And he felt that it was overcooked, so I apologised. I said to him that we can get him a new steak. I said, you know, we'll get this dealt with straight away. Went to the kitchen, relayed back what he was unhappy about. They straight away did another steak for him. I got that delivered straight out to him, so he wasn't waiting long and he could eat with the other members on the table. Apologised, and you know, we between myself and working with the kitchen, we did rectify it.
And did that solved the situation?
Yeah. I mean, he was happy. He went away, and again, he's another customer that we often see in there. So, you know,
he's come back.
Yeah.
Oh, he was obviously happy. Yeah. He was obviously happy with the outcome. He was happy with how he handled it.
Yeah.
It's not always easy to deal with customer complaints, but they are unfortunately part of the role, part of the industry, as you know. Multitasking and prioritising are also essential skills for anybody working in the hospitality profession. So whether you're front desk agent, a server, housekeeper, manager, you need to be able to handle multitasking and lots of requests coming to you at once, while prioritising the most important and getting the most urgent ones done. Can you tell me about a time that you had to multitask?
Literally, it's unforeseen circumstances, but we had a customer that literally we had a member of staff that was just poorly, and they wasn't very well, and they were late, they couldn't come into work, so that meant that I had to do a lot of tasks. I had to make sure that the reservations were all done, I had to get the tables done, I had to clear the tables, I had to liaise with the kitchen. So, but I did it. I prioritised, I made lists, I worked to the list, I made notes of what I'd done, where I'd done it, because obviously I was covering a lot more than I normally would, and it turned out a very good night.
So that did work for you?
Yes, it did work, yes, yeah.
So what was the most challenging part of that for you?
I think the hardest part for that for me was literally just juggling so many balls, time management, switching. But my system was write everything down and make sure that everything was checked off. So you can see me making notes of the things that you've been telling me. So because I like to look back and think, oh yeah. So
I'm a list maker, so I totally get that. And that is really great, thank you. Attention to detail and accuracy are crucial in hospitality as they directly impact customer satisfaction, the operational efficiency, and ultimately the success of the business. So explain how you ensure accuracy when you're taking orders, especially during a very busy time, and what your responsibility is in that.
My accuracy in taking orders is making sure that I write down, I get a clear idea of what the customer is wanting, and I make sure that I write that down in detail. I then say the order back to the kitchen, and when I actually take the dish out, I then double check with the kitchen that it's what was I wrote. Yeah. And then and also when I take the order down, I repeat it back to the customer, so I know that I've got everything that they want on my order.
Oh, well, that's exactly the process that we follow for taking orders, so it's good to hear that you mentioned communicating and working with the kitchen staff as teamwork is really important to us as a company. We believe it fosters a positive work environment where everybody's working together, communicating. It doesn't matter where you sit, we've all got to communicate, we've all got to make it work. Can you give me an example when you've worked well as a team and what your role was in that?
Yeah, we had a delivery once that was due the following Friday, and they rang and they'd got the date booked in wrong, so it's going to be coming on that day. Everybody was leaving at 4:30. There was nobody to take it in. Our busy time from the restaurant is from 5 o'clock. So what we had to do was I offered straight away to stay and help with the delivery because it was due any moment, and it takes a good hour to do that. And then luckily, due to being a teamwork and us all caring about each other, a couple of members of staff offered to stay behind as well. And as a team, we got the delivery in, we checked it, we restocked, made sure everything was there. And obviously the manager was really pleased because he could then concentrate on that night's covers, and we managed it. Yeah.
Well, you showed commitment and loyalty at a time when your employer really needed it, so that goes a really long way, and I'm sure they were very grateful to you.
Yeah, they were.
What was the result? Was it all sorted? Everything?
Yeah. The delivery came, we checked it off, we put it away, we checked our stocks, we updated our stock take. So everything that we did was perfect. So happy.
Oh, well, I am sure he's very grateful because not everybody would stay.
No,
everyone shows that level of commitment and loyalty to their employer, unfortunately. Before we finish, is there anything that you would like to ask?
Not really. I have got a holiday day. Just wondered if that's okay.
So any holiday that you have, if we offer you the position, if you just reply to say I've got this commitment or that holiday, we'll honour anything you have. We understand. People have things going on outside of work. So that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time today. If there's anything else that you want to ask, you're very welcome to email me. You've got my contact details.
Yeah, I have made some notes, but there will be something I'm sure that I think about. Very excited, and thank you for having me today.
No problem. It was lovely to meet you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.